Hi guys, I'm Libertman, forced to be alone, free to decide how. Today we're going to talk about the foundational model behind this whole channel. If you understand this video, you will understand how human reality works in its totality, without reducing life only to the psychological, only to the biological, only to the economic, only to the spiritual dimension. You'll be able to see everything together like a map. This framework will help you see your own life as a man more clearly, that is, your relationships, your decisions, and your future. So let's start by knowing who is Ken Wilber, giving a brief context. Ken Wilber is a contemporary American philosopher and psychologist known for attempting to integrate every field of human knowledge: science, psychology, spirituality, sociology, biology, philosophy, among other disciplines. His main proposal is called integral theory, and within that theory is the framework we care about here, the 4 quadrants model. This model allows us to analyze any phenomenon without falling into reductionism. And when I say any phenomenon, I mean anything: a personal conflict, a job problem, a relationship, your spiritual development, your physical health, your finances. If you understand the 4 quadrants, you will see life with more depth and stop feeling like things just don't make sense. So, what are the 4 quadrants? The model divides reality through 2 axes: the axis interior-exterior and the axis individual-collective. Crossing the 2 axes yields 4 quadrants: interior-individual, interior-collective, exterior-individual, exterior-collective. We'll review them one by one with a simple explanation and a quick example. So in quadrant 1, interior individual, is what happens inside you: your mind, your emotions, the meaning, your meaning. So a simple example: you think, I feel insecure. That thought is inside you. No one else can see it. This quadrant includes emotions, fears, desires, self-esteem, identity, inner spirituality. In quadrant 2, the exterior individual is what can be observed from the outside: body, behavior, biology. For example, you sleep poorly, hence you perform worse, and therefore you get fired. This quadrant includes habits, visible actions, physical health, brain, observable behavior. In quadrant 3, the interior collective involves all the shared inner world: values, beliefs, religion, language. For example, in your environment, men expressing emotions is frowned upon and discouraged, so you learn to hide them. This quadrant includes shared belief, worldview, family norms, religion, culture. And in quadrant 4, the exterior collective, is our outer systems: the economy, laws, institutions, technology. For example, your country has a weak economy, and there are no well-paid jobs. Hence, you struggle to advance. This quadrant includes political system, job market, technology, social structure, institutions. So why is this model so important? It is important because it explains that everything has multiple dimensions. And if you only look at one dimension, you will reach the wrong conclusion. Most people reduce reality to one explanation. It's all psychological. It's all spiritual. It's all economic. It's all society's fault. No. All of that exists simultaneously. This model prevents reductionism. It lets you see the entire movie, not just one frame. That's why we'll use it as the theoretical framework throughout this channel. So let's see another example with a realistic job problem. A man earns a university degree in a poor country, right? So he remains unemployed for years. Meanwhile, someone with less education in a developed country earns a high salary in dollars. What happened? Let's break it down, analyzing it from the 4 quadrants. In the quadrant interior individual, the guy has ambition, studied, and works hard. In the quadrant exterior individual, he sends resumes, performs well, he keeps learning. In the quadrant interior collective, his culture values certain professions but discourages entrepreneurships. In the quadrant exterior collective, he lives in a poor country, in a weak economy, and a few opportunities to thrive. So what is the result? It's not his personal merit that's failing. It's a limitation from the exterior collective quadrant, in this case, the economic system. And conversely, in a favorable country, even someone with fewer skills might thrive. This helps you stop blaming yourself for things that do not depend solely on you. Let's see another example to depict some advantages of the interior individual quadrant. A man lives in a city where the cultural atmosphere is superficial. No good mentors, few reliable friendships, pressure to conform, and a job system that feels uninspiring. But he decides to work from his interior individual quadrant. So in the interior individual quadrant, he learns about himself, he builds emotional discipline over time. In the exterior individual quadrant, he adopts strong habits, reading, studying, physical training, building personal projects. In the interior collective quadrant, even without supportive community, he develops his own vision of life. And in the exterior collective quadrant, without much external help, he uses minimal resources to make progress while seeking better context. So let's see a practical example. He starts writing, exercising, developing a skill, or building a personal project. Through that process, he improves his self-concept, his resilience, clarity, and self-confidence. And so what is the result of it? Later, when an opportunity appears, a remote job, a chance to emigrate, or an online mentor, he is already prepared internally to take advantage of it. So the conclusion is, you cannot control the system, the external collective quadrant. No, you cannot control the collective belief of your environment, the external individual quadrant. But you can strengthen your inner world, your internal individual quadrant, and take concrete action from your internal collective quadrant. Your real growth begins inside, or begins in you. So why this matters for your life as a man? Because modern life is confusing and very complex, with many variables happening simultaneously, and many events and situations have multiple causes, not just one. Therefore, They will not be resolved if you only address a single variable or cause out of the full set of causes or variables involved in that situation. People struggle to understand what is happening to them. Some only look at the psychological, others only at the economic, others only at the spiritual, and so on. But if you don't look at everything, you miss key information. Applying the 4 quadrants, it organizes your mind, gives you clarity, helps you make better decisions, removes unnecessary guilt, especially in the long term, and shows where to act first. Many of the problems men face today originate in different quadrants: in broken economies, unstable culture, lack of reciprocal women, men without purpose, shallow relationships, weak mental health, your own and or by other people around you, lack of community, and each cause sits in a different quadrant. So this model gives us the most complete map available to understand human reality, and on this channel we will use it for every topic to address and analyze any situation from this framework, be it male loneliness, analyzing purpose, relationships, personal economy, mental health, emotional development, spirituality, for whatever each person understand by it, vocation, lifestyle, etc. Everything is analyzed as a whole. In the next video, we will learn about the MBTI, or Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, the system that explains how your mind works and how you process reality. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one.